My name is Peter Kairang'a. I'm an electrician, an electrical contractor. That's what I do for a living. And it's been difficult because of my sickness of late. But I'm trying to hang in there.
And before we talk about your sickness, in 1979 you underwent a life-saving surgery. Take us back. I know you were 9 years and it's decades back, but I want you to take us back. What really happened?
Well, I was born with a condition called tetralogy of heart. That means my heart was not a normal heart. It had problems, and which was corrected in 1979 through an open heart surgery. Back then, the healthcare wasn't as it is now, so we had to wait for surgeons from outside the country, or otherwise you go outside the country. My parents were thinking that if it was possible for me to go to South Africa. South Africa was where people are going then. Nowadays it's India for such operations and stuff. But luckily, surgeons came from Israel and they came and did an operation. It took me a long time before I prepared. It took like a whole year of preparation in hospital, Kenyatta National Hospital, yes.
In 1979, 20 of you underwent this surgery. Yes. And today I'm told you are the only surviving member of that cohort then.
Yes.
Looking at your life and what you've been able to achieve, how does that make you feel and how has your life been since that surgery?
I'd say it's a blessing. And prayers and God. And then not thinking about that part of my life and moving on. Mostly moving on because my dad ever told me never to look at myself as a person who underwent any kind of operation or be a normal person. Because once I'm dressed like this, no one would tell that I'm different. And so I tried as much as possible to be like other children. The fun part was, even when I was young, is because I couldn't cope running like the other children, I'd buy my own ball. So when people are being chosen for a football team, because I had the best ball, I'd be in part of the team. So it's it's a way of being there, yes. And the teachers were always, because they'd been told by my parents, they're always on my case. They're always there in case I had a problem. Yes, they were very helpful, right from primary to secondary. Yes.
And since the first surgery and today, have you had any incident where maybe you had to go back to the hospital for checkups and treatment?
No. I've lived a relatively normal life until now 1991, when I first had my TB, which affected my heart. But it wasn't serious then. But I guess it has been deteriorated ever since, been deteriorating. And then come 3-4 years ago, that's when I started having problems with my kidney. But again, I didn't know about it immediately. Then I started feeling cold when it's been hot, and then falling sick without knowing what it is. Then when I went to hospital, they told me I have a blood pressure. That blood pressure affected my heart and my kidneys. So now I'm going for dialysis. Twice a week. When I first started going for dialysis, I started at Kenyatta National Hospital again. Kenyatta has been my primary hospital. And when I started going there were a few machines. And we were still using the NHIF, which had problems. Like sometimes there are some consumables that we use in Kenyatta. Sometimes we are told they're not enough, or go buy your own. And then the challenge was there are different types of machines in Kenyatta. So you had to know which machine you're going to be using to buy those types of consumables that day, for that day. And then the other challenge was you'd go there, and then since the machines are few, you'll find there are guys who have come from the wards, and or maybe there's an emergency case, so you have to wait. And it went on deteriorating until at some point the nurses told us, look for other private places to go, which we did. And it was almost at like forcefully, because that even called security. Anyways, so we went out, and that's where we are now. Where we are, I'm getting my dialysis in a private hospital, and it's hard so because SHA is not as efficient. Sometimes you have to get your money out of the pocket because some systems are not working.
And today you need another life-saving surgery. Tell our audience, like, what is the surgery? What does it entail? How much is needed? What is the procedure?
As of today, the surgery that I need is my valves. Since when I was sick with the tuberculosis, it affected my valves. They got an infection. Now they're not able to function well, not, so that they need to be replaced. And replacement has, since the heart had a problem right initially, the doctors here recommend not, it can't be done here because it's a delicate operation. And since now the heart the valves need to be corrected, and that's why I need to go to a foreign country, basically India. Yes. And it might take a team of doctors because now it's affecting my kidney and my heart. So it's just not the cardiologist, they need a nephrologist too, so that they can be able to work together. That's why it complicates everything. Yes, because the heart and the kidney, they work as brother and sister.
Is it a one-time surgery or you need another one?
No, there are two surgeries separate.
Okay.
They'll do the heart first, and then wait for it to recover a bit, then do the kidney. But as they're doing the heart, they need to monitor the kidney. So it's like two intertwined. Yes, no, as they're doing the heart, the kidney is also involved. Yes. So what they need is a team of doctors to do that. Yes. That's why it makes it very expensive. Yes.
So how much is needed?
Right. Since there's a team of doctors that need to work together, and considering the heart operation is a delicate one, it had been opened before, and this is the second time that they're doing it. It makes it a bit more delicate than a normal open heart operation. It makes it expensive. And then I need to stay. I need to be in India for a while, which means there's accommodation for me and my caregiver. And there's also now just accommodation, everything. When it's put together, say for example, the first operation will be like 3 point something, then the second will be 3 point something. And that's how, and so far I've been trying to reach out to my friends, my relatives, my church, and people who are generally I know. It's been difficult considering the financial conditions of Kenyans right now, but they're really trying. It's been a journey for me. It's been difficult, and I've tried to be there, and I want Kenyans to help me so that maybe when I come back I'll help Kenyans to understand that it's difficult, but I'll try and be there for them too, and help Kenyans as generally. I'll dedicate my life to you guys to fundraise if everything is okay, and I'm sure God will make it okay. Yes, and thank you for guys who have come through so far, especially my relatives and friends, and I also intend to make every minute of my life count after I'm okay. Yes, and to give it back to the society in a way that the best way I can. My pay bill number is 756756. The account number is 5055 hash 5696. Peter Kairang'a. My net telephone number is 0721 552 338. Peter Kairang'a again. Kidenji.